blame that. Don't blame this. Blame yourselves. Blame yourselves on what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Or those who, like me, I expose things. I expose things so things can be said and then things can be opened up. That way, house can be clean. You gotta clean the house. You know what I'm saying? Your house is cleaning. You know that's why you don't see no crazy aftermath after tragedies happen and stuff. What you do is you go up there, you start talking this mumbo jumbo stuff, and you want stuff to happen. You want stuff to just so you can have a job, you have a voice, but you ain't saying nothing to help nothing. I want somebody to go up there and say something to help something, or say like I'm doing, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing, just do something like I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I didn't even hear my man. Let's see what he got to say. I should have played him first, just so I'm gonna talk about it anyway. So see what he got to say.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing, family? Real quickly, I posted something on social media. I posted a picture from a textbook showing the legendary African king, Mansa Musa. Now, as we know, Mansa Musa was a legendary African king who lived in the 1300s. He is the wealthiest man, or was the wealthiest man in recorded history. And, you know, we talked about it in the Hidden Colors movie, so the Mansa Musa, that's one of our legends, our African legends. And he lived in Mali, which is in West Africa. There's a textbook that I posted on social media where they made Mansa Musa look like a white man. There's a textbook that talked about Mansa Musa, and the picture they had, and you can, if you haven't seen the picture, you can go on my Twitter at Tariq Nasheed or my Instagram at Tariq Elite, and they made Mansa Musa look like a white man with a beard, with a little raggedy caveman-looking clothes. Didn't make no sense whatsoever. So they were talking about Mansa Musa with this image of a white man as Mansa Musa. So when I pointed this out, a lot of the Mayonnaise Militia trolls started trolling under it, because you can't really defend that logically. You can't defend that with any type of scholarship. There's no logical way to defend that. So what they start doing, they start immediately trolling. And understand, family, hold on, let me look at, I can't see the comments. Let me see. Hold on, let me see where you guys are. Live chat, all messages up. Let me see top chat. Let me see if I can see the live chat. I'm trying to see if I can see comments. I'm live on my phone, so y'all bear with me. All right? I'm trying to see how we can. All right. So I can't see nothing. I can't see the comments. I can't see you guys chatting while I'm live, but I feel you. I see a lot of you in here, and I feel you. But as far as the Mansa Musa image of him being a white man, they are deliberately going to start doing a whole whitewashing of all of Africa. They've already done it in East Africa. They did it with the Egyptians. They've already whitewashed them. And now they're going for West Africa and all of Africa. They're going to, I'm telling you now, they're going to start talking about Mansa Musa and all these people were really white. What they'll do first, they'll throw the lie out there. And, you know, they can't defend the lie initially, but they'll just throw it out there and just start trolling and just start saying something silly so we don't take them seriously. And then later on, they will start trying to come up with scientific justifications for the lies. So you got to understand how systematic white supremacy works. Do not dismiss them when they put out a blatant lie that's so nonsensical, it's almost funny. We get caught up by not taking these white supremacists seriously when they do stuff like that. That's why we get caught up being subjugated by them. When they started doing that to the Egyptians, saying that the Egyptians were white, many people didn't take them seriously. They were like, that's ridiculous. They might have buy that bullshit. And then after a while, they said, hey, well, we just got scientific proof. Well, we just put Elizabeth Taylor in a movie to play a white Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? And they will slowly start erasing your history for the next generation. Because that's what they're doing. They're getting the next generation of people ready to be brainwashed. So this is why it's so important for us to keep the steady drumbeat of of our history going, because they will keep the steady drumbeat of lies going. The lies never stop with these white supremacist family. They never stop lying. So I know a lot of people are pressuring me to start on the next Hidden Colors 5. That's coming soon. I just want all the other stuff to soak in. But I do understand the importance of us getting that film ready, and that's coming soon. And now I see the alt-lights and the mayonnaise militia and all these people, they're desperate at this point. So they're going to start upping the ante when it comes to lies. So we got to be ready. So we're going to have HC5 coming soon, family. Don't worry about that. But again, reject the lies. Teach your children. Show them all the Hidden Colors films already. Show them all the 1804 films already. Drive that in their brains. It can't be like a one-off. It has to be something that's taught daily, because the lies are daily from them. You understand? Because them showing Vance Movie as a white dude, that's so idiotic. There's no way to justify that. But watch in a few years, they'll pull up some shit. Well, we just got DNA showing that the Portuguese were over there in West Africa. So the Mansa Musa might have been Portuguese.
Get off.
And we got to keep our eyes open. All right, y'all be good. I'm gonna holler.
Like I said, my boy Tyreek, that's a boxer. I'm just kidding. Let's call him that. But he's one of the Hidden Colors. So yeah, he put me up a lot of game. About stuff. Kind of reminded me, because a lot of stuff I remember seeing I was told in the 70s, and that's another story. The point I'm trying to make is, what he was saying was exactly right about how they whitewash it. Like I just showed you. Everything they do, people were saying, Obama probably said it, and I probably said it. It sounded like I did say it, So everyone was talking now. Everyone has a voice now. All these people ain't even have no black. You do think Obama come after Obama is a lot of people, but like I said, Obama would never really represented black people. He didn't. That's why they wouldn't have nobody in there as president that's just black American with two black American parents. They had to go get an African and a white and and mix that up, to make everyone feel comfortable. That's white, Sheila, what's your problem? Take it behind the side. Come on. Yeah, but you gotta understand, and this is all designed, President Donald Trump, he I went up to him, I did what I did back in 97. That was a strong, and I'm telling y'all, I'm letting y'all know that these sellout Negroes are probably the one orchestrating this mess. Judas, you did all this stuff. That's was some real talk, and we so stupid. We sit there and act like it's okay. We should do it like that because of because of that. Stupid. Just silly. Knowing these kids are raised up, feeling a certain way. All they know is a black president, so they don't really know white people. They don't know, they don't know nothing about them because they was too busy with their heads up in the air, thinking that they were something that they wasn't, So now they're lost. They don't know what to do now. And then these fake Negroes sitting there walking around here, taking whatever they can get, get mad at whoever for because they don't know shit, So I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what we're gonna do if we're not conscious about what's going on, what people are doing. When they bring all these, it's again bringing North Korea and South Korea together. That's all the stuff that's designed because show against you. And instead of you speaking about it, but the only time you want to speak about it is when they shoot and kill us, kill one of our kids. Then we want to get together and nigga, we should get together no matter what. Just like they can get together no matter what. And we ain't got and we're the ones who get the most of the havoc done to us, right? Racism and this and that, and we still we still act like okay, it's okay. But then we got a lot of us in prison though. A lot of us in prison. Slavery was never abolished; it was just reformed. That's one thing we have to understand. Slavery was never abolished; it was just reformed. So people in other countries and stuff, they still think that we slaves. For all you know, they might not even be educated to know that slavery is over. They might think that it's still going on. You know what these people tell them on those. Because you got a little schooling coming across that border. When you come across that border, guess what? There's classes you got to take to let you know who's running who and running what. So I don't care what you was told in public schools or private schools or any school. These people come from other countries with their own culture and stuff. I've lived places where they mocked Americans. They didn't mock white people. They mocked people that was in America, like black people, like Indian people, like Mexican people, Spanish people. They mocked all of them. I put it on YouTube. I put it on Facebook. A parade that I took back in 1992 at a city called Gießen, Germany, the country Germany, city Gießen, where they had a parade. First they had the Spanish people, right? First they had they look like, I don't know what they were. They were dark. They look like one of those people from the jungles of Africa, like they were making fun of them. They were all like they were in a cage or something. But they had them first. Then after them they have the Spanish people. Then after them they have the Spanish people. Then after them they have the Redskins. The Redskins, the Redskins, the people the football team. Just to mock them, this is what they turn you into in America. They turn you into a character. They turn you into a team. Remember the Redskins was mad because the Indians were mad because they're labeled as mascots and stuff. It's almost like you make a team called the Buckwheats or something. They had a team called the Buckwheats in baseball. And the Negro team or something. I don't know. But and it's funny because today I was at the DMV, get my license renewed. And I should have did that in my birthday, but I seemed to cross my mind, But I was sitting there talking to this one lady, right? And I can talk all day, all night to people who ain't from here. If you ain't from California, or even if you're never from LA, I can talk to you forever. People out here I really can't talk to because it's a whole different type of method out here in LA County among people. They have a different philosophy, a different mentality about a lot of hood stuff out here, And so I can still talk to people. Mostly I talk to them more in the hood. Because outside the hood, they act like I'm the police, That's scary. So I understand, But anyway, so I'm talking to this one lady, right? And I talked to her for a long time. Because the line was long. I got there like around. Well, first I went to the other one, but they acted like they treat me like wet food stamp, which I'm used to, So I left that DMV, which is other DMV that I know of, And so I'm in line, right? That line was long too, but it wasn't as long, It was moving fast, So I'm sitting in line talking to this one lady, and the whole time she was acting like she was white. You could tell when people try to pass for white. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know this lady ain't white. She don't know where I've been. But then too, I was telling her where I've been because she said she was from Colorado, right? Colorado. And I remember Colorado. Because I fought a guy in the Army that was in the base of Colorado. I can't remember the base. She can't remember either. There's a base. I forgot the name of the base, Army base. But it couldn't my mind later. But she said she lived in Colorado, but she lived here also for 25 years. But she lived out there. Her family moved out there. So we're talking about this and talking about that. Talking about the Kim Jong-un thing, President Donald Trump thing, and all this stuff, you know. And so the whole time she kind of act like she white, right? So I asked her. So I told her. I said, "So what tribe are you? What tribe are you from?" And it was funny because a white dude was in front of me. A white dude was in front of her, and she was in front of me, and he was in front of her. And he had his back turned the whole time. He never turned around. So I knew she wasn't white, because maybe talking to a white girl was something I was saying to her. Believe me, he would have turned around and find out, he would have jumped in. But he never jumped in. He stayed out of it. And this white dude was at least, man, he had to be at least, 70, at least. And so I was like, so then we got close to the line. I asked her what Indian tribe did she represent? And that's what she's like, how do you know that? And I said, I lived in Oklahoma. I lived on Station Force, Oklahoma. We had a lot of Indians up there. I could tell the difference between an Indian and a white person. I could tell the difference between a Mexican and a white person, you know. I might not act like I do, but I can tell, you know. I was raised with Mexicans. I've been around Indians. I've been around a lot of cultures in the world. And people try to gravitate towards what's in power or what they think that's in power, you know, because they might be having, you know, a little thing about themselves. They might have a certain look, you know what I'm saying? And I got family like that. You know, you see my kids, you see my mom, my parents, and my mom and stuff. You know, so I was raised up in that. You know, and so when I'm talking to her and she talking about this, talking about that, she was one time that she got skeptical about the whole ordeal, which kind of threw me off when she said that she didn't like the fact that when they came out to meet and shake hands, and I didn't even notice that, you know what I'm saying? You remember the flags were like, and I believe that flag wasn't even a Korean flag, that was a Chinese flag. You know, and I think they said that was a Chinese flag. That's not even a Korean flag. Well, if I'm wrong, you know, I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter to me. It's still Asian, right? So, it was America, Asian. She got real upset. She got real upset. Now, this before I asked her what tribe was she from. You feel me? Now she already said she was upset because the American flag was mixed in with her flag. That's why I asked her. I said, first of all, why do you care about what flag it is? You know, that's when I brought up Kaepernick, or the football player who kneeled. I asked her about this. So how do you feel about Colin Kaepernick kneeling? How do you feel about that? Or do you know why? Do you know why? I was asking about the Star Spangled Banner and the verse they don't sing about this and that, you know, and she knew all that. So you know all that, but you mad about a flag being mixed in with the American flag, and they're in a whole new country and they're meeting. Why wouldn't he have his flag and the American flag? Why are you so upset? I mean, I don't understand why you're upset by the flags mixing. It's not like they're in America, and you know, he came into our country. That's why they met in a neutral place. You know, well, actually, that place is more closer to Korea, ain't it? I'm thinking. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But and so I was like, well, why would you say that? Well, why would you? So then that's when, after I found out how she was thinking, I asked her, so what tribe are you from? And she gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, I forgot the tribe that she said she was from. But the white the white dude in front of her was cracking up. She did all that, trying to act like she did, act like that, trying to impress him through me. But she don't know, nigga, I was raised by white folks. See, that's the thing that they label us, and that's what they did with Obama. That's why they couldn't make nobody like me president, or they can now because I'm exposing their ass. But they did. They took Obama, who's African and white. That's not Black American. That's no nigga right there, because you got an African culture, Kenya, you know, and you got white people. Not even this is straight white people, right? And you put that together, you got Obama. You gonna throw him with black people? No, you can't throw him. You're not gonna throw him with black people. They just made it seem like he was, you know. And when we went for the ride, you know, just to get something out of it, but we knew what was up. And the ones who didn't, you know, they know now, you know. But so people are still affected by that. We're not affected because we care less, really. We're glad to have 8 years of something. But now these people they want to sit there and try to demolish us. And Donald Trump, Gemini, next to cancer. And what does cancer like to do? So you have to understand about zodiacs. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand that one of the first universities in the motherland, they call it Africa, the land of astronomy. I mean, the University of Astronomy. You know, how you gonna know what's going on? Everything started from up there, right? We see the sky, we see the sun, the moon, and stuff. But we don't believe that. Maybe it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But that's another story. The point I'm trying to make is this lady will sit there and try to act like she's on the side to impress somebody. But then when I put that foot in her ass, let her know, you can't do that with me, sister. You know, you can't do that with me. I'm about to bust your ass out. I didn't bust Donald Trump out. I just got him conscious. I put that foot in his ass. I'm not trying to bust him out for nothing. Bust him out for what? You know, he this, he that. You know, he already got a name. He came down to be president. Not fly him down to be president. He wasn't going up to be president. He was coming down to be president. He was a billionaire. How much they made? Back when I was coming up, president of the United States made a little over $100,000. Or between $100,000 and $200,000. Okay? They said that on Good Time. Remember Good Time Thelma, when she was bragging about her husband Keith, how he gonna make more money than the president of the United States? Remember that? And that's real talk. You know what I'm saying? But y'all niggas don't know, don't believe. We know, we just don't want to admit that we know. And it's time to stop doing that. Stop doing that mess. Obama went up there to try to show that we could be this and show that we could be that, even though that he was this and he was that. But that don't mean that you gotta go back and crawl through the hole, act like you can't have a voice and speak and doing that. You got a couple of us that speak and talk, you know, and then y'all gonna sit back and just, you know, lay low. No, you can't do that. Because when you laying low, they have to they get tragedies. It's tragic. There's tragedies to do things to get something started. You know? You see it? I show it to you. That's why when that nigga got there and started speaking at the end, they turned around and started looking around like, who the hell is that? How did he get in here? So we're back to that. I mean, for 8 years, we didn't have that. 8 years, we was on top. But we never was on top. They just made it seem like we were on top. You know, because of that fear with those Middle Easterns. They were scared to death of those Middle Easterns. You know, people are scared to death of them. Those are niggas. Those are black people. Like these Vietnamese, like these like these Koreans, they're black people. They all came. They were punished. They're black. You got some black people. You even got black people with slant eyes. That Indian I met today, she got slant eyes. Indians come from black. We're all different tribes of Judah. But y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't want to understand, and y'all heard it. But y'all still don't want to understand that. But y'all want to sit back and think that we just going. No, it don't work that way. Because I'm telling you, these people are going to get together and do some serious. They don't care. They do not care. They have. We don't have fear. Yeah, we don't. No, I'm tell you that we do have fear. We do have fear. But our fear is we're scared of what we might have to do. That's the difference between our fear and their fear. Their fear is their fear itself. Our fear is we're scared of what we might have to do. You know, why are you scared of what you might have to do? You know, what you scared of what you might have to do? If it's like that, then you got the power, fool. You know, because you got the power. But you got these people go up there and talk about this and talk about that. They talk about nothing. They talk about something that happened yesterday and saying and giving out some weird dialogue about what if something might happen or this and that. Your opinions. He ain't talking about nothing. That's why that brother came out at the end and shut everybody down. And they all turned around and finally had somebody say something with some sense. You know? And everything else was just speculation. Speculate. So you get paid to speculate. You pay these people to speculate. You know, and all that was coming off with the stuff that President Obama was saying. You know? I mean, yeah, he's a Leo, he's a good liar and all that stuff. You know, he's August the 4th, you know, good liar and everything. But we were listening. And while he was speaking and doing his thing, people were watching. And all we was doing was partying. And I'm one of the ones responsible for making him president. I pumped him up. I talked for hours with my dad on the phone about Obama when he wasn't in the stage of even getting in there to really run. They were just talking about him running. I called my dad and said, Dad, you need to listen to this man. This man ain't no joke. He's talking right now. Turn the channel with the glare. And he did. And he was like, wow. And he was living here. I think he was here. He was in Orange County. 08, yeah. This is 2018. So he was here. He was in Orange County during that time. My whole family was. I said, Dad, turn the channel, listen to this man. This man ain't no joke. He's speaking some good stuff. And I wasn't even thinking about him being proud. I didn't even care. I thought President would lower his standards. I thought he would be something else. You know, forget about President. That's a joke to me. You know, he need to be something else. He needs to be something higher than President. Because the way he talking. You know. And then people was all, oh, Hillary this and Hillary that. Hillary for what? And Hillary didn't even come up. I mean, I was even thinking, I don't even know why Hillary was even in the format of it, you know. But he ended up hiring her to be his Secretary of State, whatever. But then when we started fighting stuff about Hillary with Donald, when I got Donald Trump, I didn't give him conscience. I didn't put that foot in his ass to let him know that security wasn't shit. He flipped that. He flipped that to something else. That's what white folks do. That's what people do. We get everything we get from white folks, right? But only reason why we get it from is we don't know what we got. See, that's the difference. See, I knew what we had, so I was able to take this and take that and be conscious about who I am and this and that, you know. But a lot of people ain't like that. A lot of people just take everything we get and run with it, you know, and out of fear. When you act like that, when you act like you got fear because of you're done, they got your ass. They got you. They can do everything they want with you. But if you don't think like that, and you think that with confidence and consciousness, and they respect it. That's why they respect other cultures. That's why they can respect Vietnamese and this and that and that and this, because they talk with their own consciousness of this and that, even though they're speaking the English language and stuff, just to be able to, but they keep their own culture. They keep their own culture as a back burner, just let them know, hey, you know, we still this, and we're still proud of who we are. But we'll come down and we'll act them down just to talk to you and deal with you. You know, we know you're this and we know you're that, and we respect the fact that you can do this and you go do that, and you got us all divided, and you got to that end about that. The point they look at is, okay, we told you to learn your language, and we know that you got them. Talking about us, they got us. So we are their prize. We are their muscle. We are the one that they fear because of us. They don't fear them because of them. They fear them because of us. Some people don't understand that they feared the system, and the system ain't just America. The system is worldwide. You go out of this country. There's a lot of Americans around here. They're more American than here. But you never know that. They don't tell you that shit. That's why you don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? But so by it being like that, what they gonna do is lay low, because they know what they got. but we don't know what they got. Because we're in. Let's go get it.
Let's go get it.